Hello and welcome back to the Witch's Brew. Today, as you can see by the herbs around me and the title of this video, we are doing a healing spell. And it's interesting, I made this spell really a couple weeks ago, and it's probably the messiest spell I've written. I sent it to my editor, who said the process of healing is messy, so why wouldn't the spell be as well? And I really love that. So let's go ahead and get started. This one is a little different than a lot of my other spells, because this is actually going to be using water as well. And we have a little votive candle that we'll be using instead of a regular chime candle. So you'll need a plate, fire safe plate. Well, I guess we're not putting the candle directly on the plate, so a plate. You will need a small thing of water. I am using moon water from one of the full moons, which is going to be great for providing clarity. You can also use new moon water, which would be for like new beginnings, but even just water from your tap is perfectly fine. All right, so don't stress. Just a thing of water. A votive, mine is white. Blue would be great if you can find it. We have pink salt, allspice, ground cinnamon, lavender, eucalyptus, rose petals, mugwort, olive. This is olive leaf, and motherwort. Now, if you can't find some of these things, that's totally fine. Use what you have. Probably rose petals, eucalyptus, and lavender, as well as like the cinnamon, allspice, and pink sea salt are probably going to be the most readily available. You could also, instead of using olive leaf, you could anoint your candle in a little bit of olive oil, and that would also work. All right, and for crystals, we have rose quartz, clear quartz, angelite, amethyst, and rhodonite. Lapis would also be a great addition. Chalcedony would be another great addition as well. Again, try to use what you have. Although rhodonite is honestly a really great crystal. So we'll start first by prepping our votive candle. Obviously, you saw I took the candle out. I'm going to start with our allspice. Let's put a little bit in the base. That is for healing. And so is our next herb, cinnamon. We're going to do the same thing. Oops. Put a little bit in the bottom. I'm just going to kind of tap it out so it's not so thick. And then put the candle back on top. While you're doing this, you can also think of things that you are trying to heal from. All right, next step, we're going to do the usual setup where we do pink sea salt on the edge of the plate. And this is for protection, yes. It's also for healing and self-love. Honestly, I wrote this when I was like going through it. And I didn't have time to actually do it at the time. I was like honestly feeling pretty good today. I feel like I will probably end up crying. So you might want to have some tissues around, I guess. There we go. So we have our circle of pink salt. I'm going to go ahead and put my bowl of water in the middle. There we go. And then I'm going to put everything else around it. And I guess we'll do this in no particular order. We'll start with eucalyptus first. Again, this is for healing. I promise we'll have more stuff in here other than for healing. The reason we're also using water is because water is also just incredibly healing. Honestly, it's just a great element when you're going through something. I actually had a psychic reading after my dad passed, and one of the messages that came through from him was, yep, crying, was to cry when it rained because it would be a little bit more healing, a little bit more cathartic. And honestly, I still do that. And sometimes I don't even, like, it'll be raining. I won't even, like, think that I need a good cry. I do. And we're going to do lavender again on the plate. This is all going on the plate. And this is for calm. It's peace of mind, really. Oh my God, I love the smell of lavender. Also, the pregnancy nose has been off the charts lately. I feel like I can smell everything. Next, we're going to do motherwort. Honestly, this is a really great herb to have on hand. It's very, very nurturing. So you can put the intention for healing if you want. I am using it for stillness. Next, we have rose petals. And this is kind of a dual purpose, dual action herb. So you can use it for healing. Oh, drop some in the water. I am using mine for self-love. Actually, I probably will just put some in the water. Because why not? You do you. Honestly, I was trying to avoid putting a bunch of things in the water. Because I didn't want to make it messy cleaning up the spell afterwards. And some lavender would be very pretty in there too. We have the last two, mugwort and olive leaf, are both for healing. Mugwort is a bit loftier of an herb. It doesn't really spread as easily. We're just going to get right in there. All right, an olive leaf. Honestly, olive leaf is something I picked up on a whim. I think it was last month. And like I said earlier, if you do not have olive leaf or can't find it or whatever, you can always anoint your votive candle in olive oil. I am going to put just a touch of lavender in the water. So I just put my votive in the water. And we're also going to put our crystals around. So we have rose quartz, self-love. Clear quartz is going to amplify all of our intentions. Angelite for acceptance. Amethyst for emotional balance. And rhodonite for self-love and forgiveness. I work with the spirits, so I'm going to take this time to call in the spirits. You do what you want or need to do. I call in my spirit team. Archangel Michael, Raphael, Ariel, Vivasil, Bridget, Demeter, Hathor, Athena, Artemis, Hecate, Lilith, Hermes, Lucifer. He's been hanging. Okay. I don't know what happened. I'm going to chalk it up to the spirits again. Because it stopped recording. I did like this whole beautiful channel message. There were tears. I called on a bunch of spirits. My candle is lit. And I guess I'll just, of course, the whole thing was channeled. So like, I can't even remember what it was. I will channel something else to say. All right. Let's try this again. Also, it stopped after Lucifer. So we're going to have words later. Okay. Help me heal from my past trauma, situations, places, people, spaces that have caused me harm. Help me move on from them and leave them in the past where they belong so I can walk forward, healed and whole. Please help me carry the weight of the burdens that I now hold. Help lighten my load that I carry so I can embrace newness. Let me breathe free and easy as I walk forward in my journey. Thank you. Again, now would be a great time to journal, meditate, talk to your spirits, do some divination, maybe even do the spell, and then like take a beautiful healing bath, have a good cry. Honestly, whatever you are feeling called to do, that is the right thing for you. But I am just going to let this candle burn down. I will most likely just be here talking with my spirits. So I love you. I wish you the best on your healing journey, whatever that may include, whatever you are healing from. This process isn't easy. And in case no one has told you, I am proud of you for doing this work. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.